Let's jump right in. Right now, literally as you're listening to this, your brain is secretly making a choice. It's actively choosing fear over happiness. And the craziest part? We don't even notice it's happening. In this explainer on the architecture of fear and the illusion of control, we're going to break down exactly how this invisible setup actually works.
I want you to think about this for a second, because it's something we literally all deal with. Why does one single bad memory have the absolute power to just wreck an entire day? You know, you could have an amazing morning, the perfect cup of coffee, a super productive meeting, and then someone makes one tiny cutting remark. What happens? That one negative thought just sets up camp in your head. It plays on a loop, it lingers, and no matter what you do, you just kind of can't shake it, right?
Now contrast that really heavy, lingering feeling with this. Why do our happy moments disappear so incredibly fast? You finally hit a goal you've been grinding for, or you get a fantastic compliment, and the joy is just, poof, fleeting. It evaporates almost as soon as it gets there, leaving you chasing the next high. It feels totally unbalanced, doesn't it? Like a massive bug in our mental programming. But what if I told you it's actually not a glitch at all? What if your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do?
Okay, let's dive into Section 1. The brain's happiness glitch, survival over joy.
Notice the stark contrast. We've got the heavy, lasting impact of one bad memory, completely overpowering the super-fast disappearance of those happy moments. This brutal imbalance is there for one really terrifying reason. The human brain was built strictly for survival. It was absolutely not designed to make you happy.
Which brings us to Section 2, Designed for Survival, the Ancient System.
Thousands of years ago, early humans survived pretty much solely by detecting danger. Think about it. If our ancestors were just happy and relaxed, but completely missed the sound of a predator rustling in the bushes, well, they became lunch. Fear literally kept them alive. Fast forward to today, the saber-toothed tigers are mostly gone, but we are running the exact same biological hardware. We're reacting to modern bad news and horror using an ancient, primitive alarm system. And that brings us to the core lesson our ancient brains learned and quite literally wired into our DNA over millennia. Negative information matters more. Look at it from a pure survival standpoint. Ignoring positive info, you miss a beautiful sunset. Big deal. Ignoring negative info, game over. Your brain prioritizes the bad stuff because it genuinely thinks it's saving your life.
You see this ancient survival system running the show every single day. Because our brains are completely hooked on the negative, bad news spreads way faster than good news. It's exactly why horror videos and suspenseful content rack up massively more views online. And it's why that one insult lingers so much longer than 100 compliments. It's just your basic survival instinct manifesting in your everyday modern life.
All right, moving into Section 3, the modern attention trap, weaponizing fear.
Here's where things get a bit darker. Modern apps, social media platforms, massive tech companies. They know all about this psychological weakness. They are fully aware that your brain is hardwired to lock on the negative stuff, so they actively use fear to control your attention. They know with absolute 100% certainty that fear, anxiety, and outrage are exactly what keeps you watching. Let's walk through exactly how they execute this vicious cycle. Step 1. They trigger fear and suspense. Maybe it's a notification, a sensational headline, or a provocative video. Step 2. Instantly, your ancient brain kicks in and releases a huge rush of chemicals because it literally thinks you're in mortal danger. Step 3. Thanks to that chemical flood, it becomes physically harder to look away. Your body's basically screaming at you to pay attention to survive. And finally, Step 4, you're hooked. You keep scrolling, clicking, and obsessing. It's practically a biological hostage situation.
And here's the stark, really unsettling climax of this whole setup. Most people think they are in control. We all just walk around proudly believing we're making these conscious, independent choices about what we consume, how much screen time we have, how we feel. But in reality, we're living under an illusion, all while our deepest emotions are being systematically manipulated day in and day out.
Which leads us to our final part, Section 4, Taking Back Control, the Awakening.
So what's the big takeaway from this explainer? Well, the beautiful truth is that simply understanding this biological mechanism strips the manipulation of its power. Once you actually know about this brain glitch, you start seeing the world differently. You realize the outrage isn't always real, it's honestly often manufactured. And because of that, you can consciously stop reacting emotionally to every little thing thrown at you. You spot that terrifying headline and you realize, they're just trying to trigger my survival instinct. Suddenly you notice the manipulation faster and fear just completely loses its grip on you.
I want to leave you with this final, really powerful thought, because the moment you understand your mind, you become harder to control. By learning how your brain processes fear, you've literally just taken the first massive step toward reclaiming your emotional autonomy. So next time you find yourself doom-scrolling through bad news, just ask yourself, is this real danger, or is someone just playing on my ancient biology? Who is really in control here? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.